Hey Gab, Facebook, YouTube, it is Kevin Newsom coming to you today from Houston, Texas, and I'm discussing the future of televised sports. And the future of televised sports is a la carte. For the past 25 years, there has been one key player in the live televised sports market, and that is ESPN. ESPN has essentially cornered the market on quality live sports programming easily for the past 20-25 years. Now, a reason why they're able to do this is because for all basic cable and higher subscribers, ESPN is getting on average $7 to $8 from each cable subscriber. Now, at last count, there were over 87 million people who were paying that amount each month for ESPN via their cable or satellite provider. Now, 87 million subscribers sounds like a great number, and it is, but compared to just a few years ago, ESPN had over 100 million subscribers. They're losing a ton of money because a lot of people are cutting the cord from the cable or satellite services. So in response, you see ESPN making cost-cutting moves, primarily by cutting staff, on-air talent, production staff, writers, etc., etc. Now the problem is ESPN can't continue to hemorrhage 200,000 or 300,000 customers each month and maintain the quality of programming that they do enjoy right now. Now, the flip side of this whole equation is that the various sports leagues want more and more money each time their TV contracts come up. So you see ESPN is stuck between the proverbial rock and a hard place. Its revenues are decreasing, but the cost of carrying quality live sports programming is increasing. So something is going to have to give. So what happens next? Well, what happens next is more and more sports programming is going to go a la carte. So what do I mean by that, a la carte? Well, what I mean is that sports leagues themselves will begin to bundle their games into an online subscription service. So in other words, if you enjoy Major League Baseball, you're going to see in the very near future an expanded Major League Baseball presence via streaming services. If you like SEC football, what you'll see in the next few years is an expanded SEC network that will be primarily internet-based. It'll be streaming-based. If you like Big Ten conference sports, you'll see the same thing with an expanded Big Ten network. Now, the key to all of this is these standalone networks are going to be subscription-based. They won't be just available on a basic cable TV platform. Eventually, the bulk of their content will be subscription-based and it will be streaming. So why would these college conferences and professional leagues decide to begin pulling away from the ESPNs and moving towards their own in-house projects? Well, at the end of the day, they're going to be able to make more money selling to you directly versus going through the middleman of ESPN. As fewer and fewer people pay for straight-up cable services or satellite services and begin to pick and choose the entertainment they want to watch, ESPN and their competitors' revenue streams will dry up. They won't be able to afford all of the quality programming that they offer right now. So for these sports leagues and sports conferences to get the money they want, they're going to have to go to you, the subscriber, individually. So in the very near future, you're going to see a Big Ten network, an SEC network, a Major League Baseball network that offer the bulk of their games broadcast throughout the year in an online and or streaming fashion. There still will be a handful of games on old school television, but the bulk of the product you will see in the future will be in this streaming online a la carte model. The positive in all of this, of course, is that you, the consumer, can pick and choose exactly what you want to pay for and what you want to watch. If you like watching dramas or news or weather on television, in the future you're not going to be stuck paying ESPN $8, $9, $10 per month for product you don't even watch. The negative is, unless you have very narrow specific tastes, the total amount of money you spend could actually go up in the future. Because our choices are going to be more specific and more narrow, we're going to actually pay more per choice. So in other words, right now, a cable subscriber that pays $60 or $70 per month gets a wide variety of live sports coverage every week. Once that model goes away, the sports fan is actually going to be paying more every month to watch the same volume of content. Because these narrow choices, although there will be many of them, will be charging at a higher rate than what we are paying for right now, with everything stuck together with ESPN. Per unit cost will actually go much higher than what the consumer is paying right now. Because we, the consumer, have the luxury of almost every sports product possible being available for the rate of about $10 or $11 per month on your cable or satellite bill. In the future, as these sports properties go a la carte and they separate into their own separate networks, we're actually going to be paying more per franchise. So again, as it stands right now, $10 or $11 per month out of your cable bill, and you see a wide variety of sports products. In the future, you'll be paying $15, $20, $25 per sports network. Now, for those of us who have very narrow sports interests, it's a winning situation. For a lot of folks, though, who enjoy watching all sorts of different kinds of sports, you're going to see your cost increase in the near future. Because instead of having ESPN, which shows everything, you're going to have to subscribe to the SEC network, to the Major League Baseball network, to the Big Ten network, etc., etc. So your monthly cost will actually go up. That's the way I see things going down, though. I see a continuation of the trend of the ESPN conglomerate beginning to lose more and more money. As a result, they will not be able to keep up with the increasing rates that the various sports leagues are charging for their television product. And because of this, the various sports leagues and college conferences will begin to separate and sell their product to the highest bidder, many of which will be online in an a la carte streaming network fashion. I hope you enjoyed this discussion today. It's a little bit lighter and fluffier than what I usually do, but it is something I think that's very interesting to see how things are changing in our world as technology improves. And live sports television is one of those areas where you're seeing a big change. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Maybe you think ESPN will weather the storm and things will continue on as they always have. Maybe you think this trend will actually go a little faster and a little bigger than even I am predicting. Either way, though, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, a Merry Christmas, and God bless you whenever and wherever you're at.